Hi, everyone. We're tracking a very dangerous thunderstorm that has a destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag that does include parts of the River Valley. We are in the middle of our newscast on Fox 24, news at 5:30, but we wanted to let you know about this storm. The storm had a very sizable hail core earlier where it was looking at very large hail, over 2.5 inches in diameter, baseball hail that was likely. It does appear that this storm has dumped its hail core. How do we know this? Well, we can look at what's called our volumetric display. And so if we go back in time, and Peyton, or excuse me, Zach was showing this during the newscast tonight on Fox 24 News at 5:30. This is where the storm was producing the hail up about 20, 30,000 feet, which is where it starts to form. Then it gets too heavy. At this point, it's still suspended in the atmosphere, and then it starts coming down to the ground, and you can see that storm clearly dumping its hail core. If we look at exactly where that occurred, that would be almost basically over just to the west of Spiro. So we're talking about north of 59, almost at the intersection of 271 and 59, just to the east of Collington. That's where that biggest hail core must have dumped. So if you got hail in that region, let us know, because this storm was pretty intense. And now it still has a destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag. However, it does appear that that storm is weakening. At the same time, everyone, we've got additional storms that are popping up. These are severe near Lavaca, just to the north of Lavaca and south of Mulberry. This is a supercell thunderstorm as well, and that's probably likely going to be getting the destructive tag as well. If we look at the rotation on these storms, we're not seeing any major rotation. So the shear didn't quite line up. But remember, as we get closer to sundown tonight, we're going to start to see more stronger low level winds. And that can lead to tornado potential.
Yeah, that's a good point. That low level jet really kicks in during the evening, and that line's coming through.
So we have really three basic storms that we're watching very, very closely. Let me zoom out here a little bit wider so you can see this on Mega Doppler. Again, we got Mega Doppler, and we got this pulled up on Weather 1 at 5:50. So we're just approaching the 6 o'clock hour. We will get Zach's last weather, final weather on Fox 24 News at 5:30. Now, we are in the middle of a newscast at 6 o'clock, and we're in the middle of sports right now. Are they pitching to break, or are they going to pitch back to you? Okay, perfect. So there's a look at all the storm activity. So to run this down, we've got a destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag that did have the potential for baseballs. I don't think it's baseballs anymore. We've got this storm that's starting to intensify. Looks like larger than golf balls. That's probably going to be tennis ball size hail. Who's going to be impacted by that? Cecil and northwestern sections of Franklin County. If we take a look at that and zoom in a little more, I know someone was asking about Peter Pender. And so if we zoom in here just a little bit, is that still not on there? Points of interest, small cities. Guess the small cities aren't. I wonder why those never load. That is so weird. So stand by. Hold on just a second. I don't know why those always turn off. That doesn't make sense to me. There. Small cities.
Another severe storm warning.
Yep. All right. So Peter Pender is going to be to the south of the largest hail core, but another storm is coming towards Peter Pender. Cecil, and there's that large hail core, and we're talking over 2 inches. So this could be, again, another destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag with that cell. Then we go back to the south, and we've got this storm near Y City and northeast of Y City by Parks that also has a little bit of rotation. This storm seems to have that look, that supercell look. So the reason why the tornado watch was turned to a severe thunderstorm watch is because of essentially the environments that were ongoing where storms just weren't producing tornadoes. So that's the reason why. Once they realized that as the frontal boundaries coming through, storms are a little more linear. It's mainly hail threat and damaging winds. That's why they've upgraded they change the tornado watch to severe thunderstorm watch. And we'll go through that here in just a little bit. Let's go back to this, though. We'll zoom back out on the wider view. A lot of storms in the river valley. If we take a look at our Fort Smith Miss Laura's camera, you can see that dark, ominous sky off in the distance. That is looking southwest at the storm, a little bit southwest of this camera from Miss Laura's. We've got our public library weatherbug camera. That's looking almost due west. And of course, as soon as I turned it off, there was a lightning bolt that happened. Had baseball size hail in 2006 in North Texas, sitting here in Ozark thinking, again, twice in my lifetime. It's not out of the question, depending on where you're at. Okay.
Considerable for up to 1.7.
So we dropped the destructive tag, but we do have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So if we go there, you got 15 seconds, Zach.
Probably not
Yeah.
worth going PCR.
No, but we will for the next thing.
Should I just do 7 day?
Tornado watch has been canceled for Southwest Missouri, Berry, and McDonald County. So that's something that's new. Yeah, for the just do Mega Doppler.
All right.
We don't have time for the 7 day.
Can you?
Yep. Just do weather one.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it being on KNWA. That's fine. You're going to give me a radar tour at the top of the 6. We're going to skip all the hail. I'm going to load up Fort Smith's camera.
Oh, weather one.
Yeah, weather one.
Yes, yes.
Zach, I'll put it on Fox 24.
Do you want the radar looping?
All right. You'll see the banner. See the banner change? That looping radar or no looping? What do you think, Zach?
It's 15 seconds, so probably just make it like move quickly.
Okay. Yes, in Alma, not much happening now, and that makes perfect sense. But that is about to change pretty dramatically too, because there's a pretty nasty storm off in the distance. You can see the storm coming in. Now that's looking the wrong way. That's looking to the north. We want to turn that Alma camera to the west. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, you can definitely see the updraft.
1 minute.
All right, good idea. All of us here at Coke and Fort Smith pulled our vehicles in because of the hail and into the truck barn.
Definitely a good idea.
So Zach's about to do just a real quick 10-second update here on Fox 24 along with Anna. Look, we got the Baja Blast down there. Someone gave us some stuff. We haven't opened it up too, but Kylie sent us a package, which was really super nice. The hail chances in Alma are definitely there. It's going to be on the south side of Alma, but we'll continue to watch it. Springdale's over. You're done. Severe weather threat's over. Give me a good countdown when you guys are about to come out. Pea Ridge, Garfield area, good tonight. Over. Done. The storms are definitely in the river valley.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, Zach, you got a quick update for us before we end?
Yeah, radar's still looking very active. River Valley, very large hail. Tornado threat definitely there throughout this evening. Looking active, definitely keep it here. It's going to be a long evening.
All right, Zach, thank you so much. We'll see you tonight at 9 with all the latest. Stay tuned.
It does look good. What?
I was saying just
Hey,
south of Waldron, there's.
All right. So now it's on to weather one for KNWA because we have the 6 o'clock news. So back to back newscasts. Zach, you can bring up Prod PC on this. We're going to skip the hail. We're going to look at, you're just going to give me a big Mega Doppler tour, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll look at, I can look at Miss Laura's. You can see the gray ominous sky off in the distance. Very large hail that fell in areas of Sebastian County. Northern LaFleur County is where that biggest hail core was. Okay, so we're just getting ready here. Coming up, Northwest Arkansas, done. No more storms, no more severe weather, probably not even any rain, honestly. except for southern Washington County. But other than that, the storm activity is done. You're pretty much over with.
Tornado warning near Durant, Oklahoma.
Is that
isolated
still
cell.
considerable
I
hail?
noticed that earlier.
Yes.
That's considerable hail. Yep.
90 seconds.
New tornado warning for the storm out west. Okay. So, yes, I got you. Not doing a recap, Chad, for the hail. We're just doing what's happening now.
Okay.
So just click line 2, PCR full, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, stand by, guys. And then go ahead and give me a radar tour as well.
Yeah. Could do that.
And that storm has a tornado warning now in southern Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So we've got about a minute before Dan goes on. He's going to do a radar tour because we're seeing some very large hail making its way in. And what was that? Was that, Josh, up to baseball size?
Yeah, earlier when it was dumping, that was warning for about baseball size, but thankfully now it looks like they've lessened it to a considerable golf ball.
Yeah, so now it's golf ball size. But earlier it was destructive baseball size, but still definitely worth watching it.
Hey, Zach, you want to do the hail tour for me, the 3D?
2.
Your forecast first, sponsored by Stanley Steamer.
And a very active forecast first with multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, including large hail potential in the River Valley. Here's a look at all the storm activity. We had a destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag on a storm that was moving through northern LaFleur and southern Sequoia County. Now a severe thunderstorm warning considerable for the Fort Smith area. Why don't we zoom in here a little bit closer on Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler to give you an idea of what's happening with these storms. Again, hail potential going to be on the increase in the south side of Fort Smith. Earlier, that hail was over 2 inches in diameter, even close to baseball size, which is what we had earlier. We do have the potential for some baseball size hail moving towards the west side of Ozark. Alma's quiet right now, but additional storms could be rolling in. So as we take a look at what's happening, you can see the dark, ominous sky off in the distance as Fort Smith is about to be impacted by that severe thunderstorm. And it is a little warmer in Poteau as well as Boonville and areas in Scott County. Now, this is looking off to the west from Alma. Everything's quiet now, but additional storms will be rolling in. Tornado watch has expired for southwest Missouri and parts of northwest Arkansas, or should be really soon. And we got a severe thunderstorm watch that's been replaced from the tornado watch. So all this activity will continue to move eastward, but River Valley going to be impacted throughout the next several hours, all the way until about midnight tonight, when that severe thunderstorm watch and tornado watch will expire. And once again, looking at the future track, a lot of active weather coming in, and we'll be continuing to track that. And we're doing that right now live in between weathercasts on knwa.com. So you can check that out also on Facebook Live. Chad, send it on back to you.
From your home for the Paris Olympics. Proudly covering the Northwest Arkansas community. This is KNWA News at 6.
The storm's knocking out power to tens of thousands of people this afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Chad Mira. Chelsea Helms has the night off. We're going to start off tonight by taking a look at the latest power outage map right here from poweroutages.us. If you look at Washington County, that's where we've seen the most outages. Just over 4,000 people in the dark still in Washington County. That number as high as 22,000 just a couple hours ago. Some of these counties, though, the numbers are going in the wrong direction. They've actually gone up since we were on the air at 5. In Madison County, 500 people are without power, 700 people in Benton County. Carroll County is now up to 800 outages. Earlier today, as many as 22,000 people had lost power in Washington County, but most had it restored fairly quickly. The city of Fort Smith wants everyone to know that its tornado siren is out of service due to a mechanical issue. This is specifically the siren at the corner of Tennessee Circle and Old Highway 71. The city says repairs are underway, but until that time, you can stay weather aware through your weather radio or right here on KNWA News. All other tornado sirens in the city are still working. We have a reminder, tornado sirens are not meant to warn people inside of buildings. They're meant for anyone who may be outdoors. This is a great time also for you to check out our severe weather safety guide. It has tips for keeping yourself and your family safe right now and explanations of terminology you might hear during the severe weather coverage. It also has an emergency checklist and links to all of our meteorologists. You can follow them on social media and stay up to date on the latest weather. All that is available for you on knwa.com. Now to a KNWA news update. Springdale police have released the name of the officer involved in a deadly shooting on Tuesday. The department says Corporal Danny Wright is the officer who shot and killed
All right, thanks. I just ended my KR.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if this was gonna be possible, so.
Yeah, I looked up and it was like.
All right, everyone. So we're getting ready to do weather on the news. We're balancing this between the newscast. We obviously can't talk while we're in the middle of the newscast as loud as we are normally when we're doing severe weather coverage. But we are going to show you our complete weather forecast. We're going to show you the hail that was suspended. There was tennis ball size hail that was reported in Spiro, which is where we were seeing the hail core dump, which was pretty sizable hail. And I think it was even bigger than tennis balls northwest of that by Collington. So that's what we're looking at. So stand by. We're going to be starting our newscast or starting the weathercast so you can see exactly what we go through. And it might be a little bit of a jumbled mess because there's a lot of balancing that's going on right now. Zach's pointing out the storm that has a very large hail core and rotation, I think. That storm just has that look in southeastern Scott County. What does it look like on reflectivity?
That little hut.
Yeah, and then look at the storm relative velocity, and the rotation
Yeah,
is
that-
definitely there.
That purple is baseball size.
Yep, it's large. All right, so stand by. We're going to start our weathercast here shortly. And we'll give you more severe weather information. We had to go on before the newscast was up, though, just because of the size of that hail that was coming down. And that was definitely something dangerous. So, all right, Zach, you're going to have to switch us over, line 2. So go ahead and do it when I come on, and then go to PCR full. We're watching that. You can give me a radar tour on Mega Doppler. Yep. Low level jet's about to kick in too.
Some more development
Yep.
by Mina.
In Polk County. All right. Stand by. Coming out to the newscast. Don't go zoomed out that far because.
Yep.
And then also get Northwest Arkansas so we can show that the storms are done. Basically.
Can do that.
All right. Stand by. Weathercast coming on here shortly. I'm doing this. Go ahead. Oh, wait, sports is on first. I forgot. Sports is on first. We'll be on here after sports.
Check out this Hogan DFW.
Those storms are cranking up too.
When that lower level check kicks in.
So the low level jet's about to kick in. This is an area of really fast winds aloft. And what that's going to do is start to create a little bit better rotation potential. Yeah. See the white, Zach? That's where you have the largest hail.
Is that baseball
That's
size?
baseball.
The white?
Yep. Tennis ball and baseball. Yep. Here's what we're looking at right here. This is a cell that's in southeastern Scott County. It's severe thunderstorm warned. It does have a little bit of weak rotation, broad rotation. There's a look at the hail core go back in time. It forms about 20 to 30,000 feet aloft. And then you can see it dropping. Over time, you're going to see that start to drop in elevation.
Yeah, it's not dropping yet.
Nope. So it tells you the hail is suspended aloft. Mega Doppler 4D. It's dark in Fort Smith. Yes, it is. Here's a look at Fort Smith. Oh, big time thunderstorms rolling in. Look at Miss Laura's. Ooh, that is dark.
So this is a considerable. Shouldn't it be a destructive?
Not
Does-
quite yet
not
because it
quite yet?
doesn't have baseballs.
Yeah, it's close to it.
It's close to it, and it might get upgraded. All right,
Oh,
Zach, we're going to have to go here.
yeah,
on-
tornado possible. I think.
Nope. Tornado possible doesn't show up on Mega Doppler.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, get ready. Here we go.
Wait, what is it doing? Why is it doing that?
What?
What is this?
That's the
Oh,
volumetric.
It's
Where is it?
hurrying underneath
Oh,
it.
sorry. It's closed.
Best of luck in his bright future ahead of him. Such a talented young man out of Clarendon, Arkansas, Chad. And to see what happened because of a car accident, you hate it for him, but you know that health and his life much more important than football.
Yeah, that stuff's got to come first. Sad,
Yeah.
sad news as, people get excited to see spring ball underway here. I'd love to see him out there, but
Yeah.
hopefully he takes good care of himself.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alyssa. Now let's head over to weather.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by WeatherRate.
Hey, you like to see baseballs at Baum-Walker Stadium, but not falling from the sky from thunderstorms. And that was the case earlier this afternoon in northwestern Benton County. This is some of the hailstones. These are some of the hailstones that fell between Bella Vista and Owasso. This is a tornado-warned storm. And also you'll notice other additional hail pictures. Look at the size of that. Those do look like baseballs, maybe slightly smaller than baseballs. This is near Gravette, and Keegan sent that photo in. We got a lot to talk about with Mega Doppler, but we'll show you that we had wind-driven rain. We also had some sunshine at times. Then the storms rolled in, brought some pretty gusty winds, down some trees and power lines, knocked out some power for some folks. Northwest Arkansas, though, you are done with the severe weather threat. When we go to the River Valley, that is not the case. Thunderstorms are rolling in right now. We'll show you what it looks like at the end of this time lapse. And we got some pretty nasty storms, and we are streaming those live in between newscasts as well as in between the sports segments. But obviously a lot of sunshine looking off to the west in Bella Vista. And we're going to see, you can see City Hall in Decatur, our WeatherBug site. So it looks like Mega Doppler did go down. We'll take a look at the radar here in just a little bit. Look off to the west, beautiful sunshine, and temperatures are around 60 degrees. But the storm chances are over for Northwest Arkansas. River Valley, not so much. This is a live look at what's happening in the River Valley. Our Fort Smith Public Library showing heavy rain coming down, torrential downpours, also some hail that's going to be moving in as well. We'll take a look at that here in just a bit. Temperatures in the upper 50s to mid 50s, and then we got upper 70s in our Poto area. Notice the severe weather risk. It's still a level 3 out of 5, and there's the hail potential. Already saw some hail in southern Scott County. That's for a storm that's tornado warned. Also have, could prompt tornado warning in southeastern Scott County. It has that look. It has rotation. There are some tornado warnings that are to the west, and we'll show you that here in just a bit. And so we still have that tornado potential. It's not completely dropping off yet. We got plenty of moisture and instability, plenty of energy coming in from the west, a dry line and a cold front. And there's a look at the satellite and radar. So this is a loop. There's the isolated supercell that moved through northwest Benton County. Tornado watch is expired for southwest Missouri, going to be expiring for northwest Arkansas very soon. It should be already expired. And then we got additional storms that are continuing to move in. So there you see a tornado warning that's in south central Oklahoma. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued. Let's go ahead and we'll click on that, and we'll take a look at the very latest information as warnings are happening in the middle of this weathercast. So this is the newest severe thunderstorm warning, and you'll notice this is for eastern Scott County. This is that cell that we were watching, golf ball size hail, a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Why don't we do a radar tour here with Weather One, since Mega Doppler went down for some reason. We'll work our way up to the north, and you'll get to see the severe weather potential in the River Valley. So Alma about to experience this thunderstorm that's moving in, severe thunderstorm warning until 6:30. This includes Crawford, LaFleur, Sebastian, Sequoia counties. City of Alma going to be impacted. Fort Smith, Van Buren, you're already seeing that. Let's zoom way in so we can get an idea on where that heaviest rain is. So right during the evening commute, maybe a little bit towards the end of it, but nevertheless, some pretty intense storms. And then we had earlier until 6:15, one more minute, that hail that was produced in Spiro, which, by the way, was tennis ball size. Had some people that mentioned Muldrow had some nasty hail, too, on our Facebook Live. So that's a look at that. We got one more storm that's moving into Franklin County near Ozark, and that severe thunderstorm warning goes until it looks like 5:15. Yeah, that's not right. Central Standard Time should be 5:16 or 6:15 Central Daylight Time. Anyways, let's take a look at that severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect. There's Crawford, Franklin, as well as Sebastian County. That is a severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch. But however, even in a severe thunderstorm watch, you can still have isolated storms that can rotate and produce tornadoes. So we zoom out on the wider view. There is going to be an end to this storm activity, probably by about 10, 11 o'clock tonight in the River Valley. Northwest Arkansas has already seen their fair share of storms, and that's going to be the end of the activity. So on the future track, a lot of storms popping up in the River Valley, continuing throughout 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Northwest Arkansas, not as stormy. Storms move out. We got a quiet Friday. We got a nice Saturday. It will be noticeably cooler. And then Sunday will be a nice St. Patrick's Day. So let's get all this mess out of here. You know what was nice, though, is we did see some beneficial rains across the area. Unfortunately, it did cause some power outages as well as some sizable hail, and there were some car windows that were busted out in the Sulphur Springs area. And notice the temperature drop too. The humidity is going to be long gone, and you'll notice here next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, upper 50s to lower 70s. So we do start to warm up. We got our next system coming in the River Valley. A lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm guilty of this where it's like if there's not a tornado threat, I'm not quite as alert myself. But you see the size of that hail, that could do a lot of damage. That could hurt you. You don't want to be outdoors. Where
that could hurt animals. That could hurt humans. Yeah, and that can destroy crops too, and puncture rooftops and all sorts of stuff. So
hopefully everyone's safe out there.
Big hail.
All right, coming up, if you live in the River Valley, there's a company that can help you with all your recycling needs. We have that story coming up after the break.
The Pig Trail Nation is sponsored by Crane Automotive Team.
All right, so in the middle of that weathercast, radar just died. Did it just reboot?
It just turned black, like right before the full weather, it just went black.
Thanks. Appreciate
Perfect
it, computers. So,
It's back up now.
done in Springdale. Was there no sound during all that?
That was at 6:04.
Oh, okay,
So
6:04.
That was a launch.
That was when we launched it initially, and we had the newscast going on, and you couldn't hear. And yeah, obviously, there's way too much going on. Can you bring up Mega Doppler and see if it shows up now, or do we have to reboot it? Well, that wasn't good.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted
No,
to
you're
check.
good. You're good. You let me know. So we're back up and running on Mega Doppler.
Of course now.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, when the weathercast is over, but that's all right. You did a nice tour with the radar on there. So there's that isolated cell. It does have rotation. I think when that low level shear starts to increase, the low level jet, we could be watching out for some more storms. River Valley is getting hammered right now, though.
Especially the storms over to the south.
The public library, you can see the lightning and you can see the storm that's coming through. Still some hail, not as big, not clearly as well defined.
Yeah, these are all considerable too.
Just heavy rain from Fort Smith to Ozark. Yeah. Heavy rain on I-40 East. That's it.
A recycling company in the River Valley is trying to let more people know it's here to help with your unwanted items. JEI Incorporated is a recycling company. The company has 2 locations in Fort Smith. This one's been in operation for about a year, but it held a ribbon cutting today to help spread the word in the River Valley that people have a place to bring their paper, plastic, and cardboard boxes.
Yeah, just to let you know, in the Deer area, Jasper area, it does look like the radar map is quiet, is considerably quiet. So if we take a
JEI
look
says
here.
for 1 cardboard box, it costs $7.
I mean, you
The
still
more
have
boxes
another
you
storm
bring in,
coming
the lower
in,
the
but
price gets. Crystal Bridges Museum of American
Nothing
Art will
super
open its newest
major.
exhibit this Saturday. It's called
That's a heavy
Exquisite
downpour right
Creatures,
there.
and it'll begin March 16th and will stay open to the public to view until July 29th. Artist and naturalist Christopher
that's cool.
Marley
Weather
uses
all
animal,
tells you
mineral,
that
and
there's no
plant
more severe
specimens of the
thunderstorm
exhibit.
warnings in
The
effect.
exhibit focuses on humanity's relationship with nature through 3-dimensional works. Some really interesting pieces there. And checking them out online myself. Well, senators are sparring over the House bill that could ban TikTok unless its Chinese owners sell the app. The House passed the bill with an overwhelming majority, but the Senate
Definitely
seems not
stormy in the River
enthusiastic.
Valley, but I don't
Washington,
know.
D.C. correspondent Hannah Brandt explains
Now,
why.
that one cell that's out west, that could be interesting.
Do you see the shape of that one near southwest?
Yes.
Wonder where that cold front is. Might undercut some.
Yeah, that's a good question. Look off to the west. See that storm by Talahina? Now that looks like an isolated supercell. Oh,
Let's see what that surface.
are there additional storms popping up west of there?
Here's the latest
Goodness.
surface observation.
Outflow boundary.
Yeah.
I have mine on that.
So this is where that front is.
Yeah. So we can show you that.
Look at the core on that one coming up.
How will the Dover Russellville area be?
Those-
Right now, Dover and Russellville doesn't see a whole lot. You got, yeah, go ahead and zoom in on that. Zach.
Yeah.
The Dover Russellville area. Right down in here. So there's Dover Russellville. And if we look at the reflectivity, there just really isn't a whole lot of other storms that are coming in. There's a storm north of Dover. There is that cell that's going to be south of Russellville. But overall, nothing super major.
Today, former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin told CNBC he's looking to put
All
together
marker,
an
nothing
investor
going
group
on in
to buy
Fayetteville.
TikTok.
This beautiful sun.
Let's take a live look outside right now. Some strong storms moving through the area here this afternoon. Here's a look at the radar now. All that activity down now in the River Valley. Stick around. We have a last minute forecast. Come on.
Just a bunch of storms. So the isolated storms are the strongest ones. We got one more update here that we're going to do. But storms of concern. Clearly this one right here.
Is that one about the hail dome?
So this is the one that we're watching in eastern Scott County. The good news is that it is about to get out of our weather coverage area. And then it's going to move into Yell County, which isn't covered in our area anymore. So that storm does have some really large hail with it, which is a sign that the storm's cycling. So some really large hail. You got a storm that's near Paris and Driggs. I wonder what our Mount Magazine camera looks like. All right. And then we've got Fort Smith. There's Miss Laura's. It's still pouring down. I don't know if that became a still image. Looks like it has.
Was that the traffic camera? Or is
No, that was
Fort-
Miss Laura's
Fort
historic
Smith?
site. Yeah. Right now, just really heavy rain, some small hail. There still is some hail that's coming into the river valley, but nothing nearly as big.
Should be going.
Yeah.
Oof. Wait. Yeah. That was a big lightning.
But
All right.
I don't know. Looks like that stopped.
It's good here.
Oh well.
Hmm.
Yeah. But at least it's not down.
30 out.
Looks sunny. Yeah. No more storms coming to Northwest Arkansas. Nothing coming towards Children's and Springdale. Nothing in Northwest Arkansas. We're 30 out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and give me a little radar tour. We'll do one more update here on PCR
Stand
folder.
by. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Watching KNWA News at 6.
SpaceX came so close to completing an hour-long test flight of its mega rocket on its third try today, but the spacecraft was lost as it came back to Earth. 2 test flights last year both ended in explosions just minutes after liftoff. This one survived nearly 50 minutes. Big improvement. The nearly 400-foot Starship is the biggest and most powerful rocket ever built. NASA was watching with keen interest. The space agency needs Starship to succeed in order to land astronauts on the moon in the next couple of years here. So a big flight here, very close, improvement, but not quite
Just
ready there.
not quite. Yeah.
It's so impressive. Think the force that would take to launch something 400 feet tall into space.
Yeah, that's a lot of thrust.
Yeah.
And it's also really impressive how that mistake where, it's a failure when it doesn't make it, but then it crashes.
Oh, I
That's
know.
a lot of money that's lost.
Right? They're
Yeah.
talking to them already about launching. That's the third one.
Yeah.
That 3 of them exploded or crashed
Incredible.
now. So
I'll tell you what was a success was seeing the SpaceX Dragon capsule fly overhead. That happened
Yeah.
a few mornings ago.
yeah,
That was awesome.
that was cool. I
That
saw
was-
the video. I enjoyed that.
That fireball streaked across the entire sky. I did not think it was going to be that long. But anyways, yeah, those astronauts are safe. Let's get back to Earth,
All
shall
right.
we?
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll take a look at some of those storms that were trying to reach to the space final frontier, but
Yeah, send them up there.
they were going up about 45,000 feet, which is higher than most commercial planes fly. But you can see that storm activity in the river valley really cranking up still. One storm in particular moving into Yell County is an isolated supercell, does have large hail. They've just been lacking the low-level shear for tornado potential, which is great news, but we're not done yet because as we get into the evening, those low-level winds will start to increase. Let's move into the Fort Smith, Van Buren area real quick, and we'll take a look at the heavy rain that's coming down. So an evening commute where it is just absolutely pouring down rain, as we can see from some of our WeatherBug network cameras. Also some hail. There was tennis ball size hail earlier, Chad, in the Spiro area.
Jeez.
And it looks like we got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. That is what we call a base severe thunderstorm warning. So, and Zach, if you know which one that is, just shout it on out. Probably going to be most likely east of the Fort Smith Van Buren area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Okay. So that's the new severe thunderstorm warning for an extension of that storm as it goes towards Ozark. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Finally quiet tomorrow.
It looks nice after today.
We do have some rain in the early morning hours, and then it's quiet for St. Patrick's Day, maybe a little bit of light rain, and then temperatures will start off pretty chilly. Then it warms right back up, and then more springtime.
Yeah. Dry, warm spring break. It's looking
Yeah.
good. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you back here tonight at 10.
Oh, look at this thing.
Yeah, that is a really big cell. Okay, now I'll call to say there's a storm that's severe in Ozark. Yep, you guys got it. That's right about the time that you needed to get that severe thunderstorm warning. Can I hop in there real quick? And you can switch. You can switch the other chairs. I don't know why Miss Laura's is not showing up on the right one. It's kind of annoying that it does that. Let me see something real quick.
Oh, sorry.
So if we go to Miss Laura's, that's not correct. So I might need to re-add this. Let's see what happens here. If I go to OK, and I remove it. And then I add it again. Let's see what happens here.
Hey, Zach. Brad
Yeah.
sent in some pictures of damage. Do you want to use those, or do you want me to write like a little breakout thing using them after? You don't have to worry about it. Totally cool either way.
I can use them.
You want them? It's
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah. Are the hail or damage?
No, it's damage. So there's one of
Hold on here. We're gonna go with media source.
Locations for them if you want to use them. They're in your
Nope.
email, but
Oh, sorry.
if not, like, I
Trying to
can
do
just
something
talk
behind
about
the
it.
scenes.
Talk
Let me
about
do
it.
this without clicking on it.
Yeah,
here.
let's
Well,
do
I'm gonna
that.
have to. I'm gonna have to click on it. So you're gonna have to see it. That's all there's to it.
Cool. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do what is it again? Video
Is it browser source?
browser. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you, sir. And then we'll go to scroll down and go. Can I not scroll down? Add existing. Is it gone?
It might be. If it might have pulled it out of there too. If it was.
Yeah.
removed.
Okay. Well, let's just do this then. Hold on just a second. I know you're seeing black because we had a problem with the camera not loading. Okay. No, is that right? Okay. There it is. Now it loads.
Oh, did it change direction too?
Yeah. Got to load this up. Well, that's annoying. Now, why wouldn't that load properly? I don't know. But anyways, we got it. We're back in business. All right.
There's a big bolt.
Yeah, big old bolt happening. So here's the deal. We'll cover these storms until about 7 o'clock, and then we're going to drop off because we got a 7 o'clock newscast. But as of now, the most dangerous storms are going to be in northern Johnson County, north of Clarksville. We have heavy rain coming down in the Fort Smith Van Buren area, a little bit of small hail too. That's basically almost right over Alma. Alma should be seeing some hail show up on their WeatherBug network camera. Yep. That's just basically to the south of Alma where the hail core is. So some small hail showing up. Then as we work our way south, we have that nasty storm asking about Dover and Pope, but you're actually okay right now. So this is the bad storm in Yell County that's showing up. Let's go back to here. Zoom in. Dover, Russellville, everything's pretty quiet right now, but another storm is headed that way, coming in from the southwest. So no more for Springdale. Yep. In fact, no more for Northwest Arkansas entirely. That's it. It's done. Finished. Maybe still some rain in southern Washington, southern Madison County, but that's it. The Northwest Arkansas forecast is done. No more storms. So we had the initial supercell that dumped very large hail
Mhm.
that dropped, softball size hail. That's some pretty big hailstones. Then we had tornado warnings from that same supercell. Then that cell moved out. Now all the storms have shifted east after we had a wind, kind of like a transition to a wind threat.
Mhm.
And then those storms went east of Northwest Arkansas. Now we got them in the River Valley. So that one, the problem is that as soon as we say, we're done, no more severe weather in the River Valley, that's when things are going to start ramping up again, because there is one cell, you can see that looks pretty impressive. Large hail core. Rotation is, kind of there. Look at the storm relative. Let's see what it looks like. Nothing really tightening up yet. Do the storm motion. Make sure that we've got it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to do that.
It's all right. Yeah, not much of a difference.
Yeah.
Fort Smith, just rain and hail now. So that's a storm that's west of LaFleur County.
Yeah. Centered down. And here's its general motion.
So Kate says it's confusing. 10 minutes ago, they said it was canceled. Yikes. So there was you could see the transition to warning. So this is what happened. We go back in time. You have this severe thunderstorm warning that became destructive. And then after that moved out, then we had another severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. Now you'll see Ozark, Cecil having that severe thunderstorm warning. Now watch what happens. That's going to expire because that cell moves out. See, it's canceled. Then 10 minutes later, guess what? The warning is issued for the cell that's out west. And then that's why that right there prompted the next severe thunderstorm warning. So you got to remember, it's not just one cell, it's multiple cells that are bringing warnings. And that's why it might be a little confusing, but that's what happened. Yeah, Miss Laura's is really showing up for the lightning. Yeah, we had to go on for that big hail. That was a really big hail core. I thought that would be coming down in the River Valley and in Fort Smith, Van Buren, but it dropped before it got there.
Thank goodness, too.
What's really wild, yeah.
The Spyro's not as much.
Not
covered
as
like
big.
structure-wise.
Yeah. Thanks, my weather radio has been going nuts, I bet. I want to show you this. If we zoom out on the wider view, there are some storms that are just cranking up tornadoes, including a confirmed tornado in Ohio. Now, how is Ohio producing the tornadoes, and yet we were supposed to be in the bigger severe weather threat?
Mhm.
Well, I think it has to do with the warm front.
There was a PDS tornado warning there earlier.
Yeah.
There's just something about that region that their thermodynamics, they're just.
I don't even think they have a tornado watch up there, do they?
Mm-mm. And in fact, they were mostly marginal and a slight risk too. But their profiles look decent.
So look at this. I mean, there are tornado warnings all over the place.
Well, it'll be fun to see all the
Look at this.
storm reports tomorrow.
Storms, Ohio. Look at that. Confirmed tornado with a black outline, multiple tornado warnings, supercells all over the place. Where is their forcing and energy coming from? It's a good question. Let's look. I don't see anything spectacular. But what I do know is that the front is obviously playing a role
Mhm.
in that activity. Yeah. you look at it, you don't really see anything. So it's like, how are those storms going nuts? How's Dallas doing right now?
They had a storm in Denton County with baseball-sized hail earlier, and it finally just
Oh,
downgraded
yeah,
to
hold on.
golf ball. So there's explosive storms all the way down to the
Yeah, that's what
metro.
happens.
There it is right there, just north of Dallas. That's a pretty impressive supercell right there.
Yeah. In fact, it looks like it's actually re-ramping up.
Yeah, it is.
No
Now you got-
accidents.
Now you got flood advisories.
I'm just gonna throw a dart anywhere.
Basically.
East
And then you'll get a
somewhere.
you'll get a warning of some sort. Look at all those warnings in the River Valley. So multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. A considerable severe thunderstorm warning for western. This is, by the way, just a little west of LaFleur County. So if we bring up the watches, warnings, labels, this is going to be for Haskell and Latimer. So it's a little bit west of LaFleur. Man, those storms are blowing up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got this storm. That's severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15. That includes Fort Smith, Van Buren. And then we got additional storms that are popping up along and north of I-40 just barely. Check the rotation around ozone about 10 minutes ago.
What was it?
Oh, look at ozone.
About 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Is that it?
So yeah, there was a little bit of weak rotation. Totally late, but why the tornado warning till 9? It's actually a tornado watch until 9 o'clock, but that should expire. That should be gone. They should cancel that. I don't know why they're not. I think they're so busy with storms in the River Valley that
Yeah.
it's been an oversight.
That, and I wonder if they're maybe thinking that there may be a pop-up shower after the fact, because I know some of the models were hinting at that.
Yeah, but even if they do, we're in the low 50s or we're in the 50s for temperatures. So I just don't know if we have the atmosphere available for severe weather in Northwest Arkansas. So you just need to cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went out there a little bit ago to look for that tree, it was actually pretty chilly out in the parking
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now we got hail in South Fort Smith by Coke. Well, that makes sense. And we talked about how that hail core, but we're not talking about super major size hail. A lot of precipitation and some heavy, heavy rain. You guys need some Baja Blast. Well, lo and behold, look at what we got here. A 20 pack of Baja Blast.
Full pack.
Is it?
Yeah. Full pack.
Oh, 20 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's 20th.
Yeah, for
anniversary of
20th anniversary 12 pack. Yeah.
Do you want?
I saw the 20 and I was like, a 20 pack? Wow.
Being weirdly specific, just a 20 pack.
Had BB size hail in
Well, I guess they do
Arcoma.
make those like weird Coke and Pepsi and Mountain Dew ones for those smaller
Hallelujah.
parties.
Yeah.
No one's talking
Just
about
had some
that.
small hail in Clarksville, nothing major. Nope.
BB size hail is the best kind of hail because it doesn't do any damage.
I know.
Hey, you can just talk about it. You're like, oh, hell.
Clarksville.
Oh, yeah.
This was, though, bad news. I'm going to go back to this here, right about here. This was some massive hail. Right here, just north of Bakoshi. Look at this. I mean, that is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, when it drops down like that, you know the hail core dumped.
So you were saying tennis balls. I don't know. Was that an actual report?
Yep.
So what that is there?
Right
Yeah.
there, 2.5 tennis balls.
My dog would probably see that outside and think it's his tennis ball.
Look at that one.
Yeah, this one looks interesting. Quarter size hail on that.
Did it undergo a hail
Yeah,
dump?
see the velocity there a little.
Let's see.
Is that considerable? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. All right, guys. Oh boy, I'm yawning. So, anyways, don't see anything super major right now. Deer, Parthenon, Jasper, fine. In fact, if we look at our Harrison weather bug, great. That went down too. Is that down?
Let me see. The Harris
Gaither Mountain.
Gaither Mountain.
Yep. It's right there under F.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
Ooh, that's a good picture though.
It's actually a beautiful.
so why isn't that
I was saying to Zach earlier, I was like, or, yeah, I
annoying?
think was it with you or Zach? Anyways,
You bring up weather 3.
but I was saying that'd probably be a good sunset. Tag it
Oh, is
with,
that still recording? No, I stopped it. Yeah.
If you click on it, you might be able to reload it without having to get rid of it.
I tried that.
Oh, that's weird.
I know, it is weird.
All right, that was earlier during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not right now.
that's the massive supercell. That's the one that dropped 4-inch hail. Anything major coming for Pensacola? No. Just some thunderstorm activity.
You wanted weather 3?
Yeah, we were just showing Gaither Mountain.
Oh, another severe storm warning.
Did it drop out?
It just went black. Yeah. Do you want me to try reloading?
Ooh. Tornado possible?
Where?
Mm,
Oh no, that's about to expire.
It's back up. If you want to show it.
Okay. Well,
considerable
if it
hail.
works here.
Considerable hail.
Which is what's
One to the west of Big Fork.
okay.
That's the one we were just.
Yeah, we were looking at that.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Mina.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, it's clipping Scott County barely. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. That one looks pretty mean. Let's see.
No, a lot of these have like that classic little supercell structure, but a lot of them just don't have all that much of a like they got the hill portion of it, but they don't quite have that velocity of it.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to shut it down here. We were watching that one storm. We're getting close to the 7:00 newscast. We continue to see just some heavy rain, thunderstorm activity. There is one storm we're going to be watching to the west that could perhaps briefly start ramping up in tornado potential. If it does, we'll let you know about it. We'll pop back on here and you'll get the notification. So, Zach, any last words?
Yeah, we're gonna keep watching it. Kingston W 7 p.m. is coming up. I'll do a full weather and do some radar tours. And if anything else pops up, we'll come back on. But as of right now, I'm just seeing some general severe storms. And this evening for the River Valley, looking pretty active.
For sure. And keep in mind, southern LaFleur County, Zach, hasn't seen anything yet. So some
Yeah,
of these
so-
cells,
So as they come through southern LaFleur,
we're not done yet. Takes a while for them to develop. And the later it gets, the more you're going to have those strong low-level winds. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. We'll see you later. Appreciate all your comments and reports, and we'll catch you later. Bye.